30-minute workouts, 20-minute recipes, 10-minute mindfulness. Ready to become? Get Feel on the App Store or Google Play. Weight training is extremely essential to your overall workout program. When done correctly, weight training can help you lose fat, increase your metabolism to burn more calories, increase your strength and muscle tone, increase bone density, and improve your overall appearance. Ladies, if you want to achieve the toned and strong look, you got to ditch the cardio machine and start lifting weights. I do understand that it can get very confusing and overwhelming to some. So I'm going to share with you the 6 principles to increase muscle, to lean up and lose weight. First, technique. I've always emphasized on proper form and technique. Having good technique when exercising is extremely important because only then will you be able to achieve better results, target the right muscles, and you're less likely to hurt yourself. So unless you suffer from a previous injury, you will always want to execute the full range of motion in an exercise to recruit the entire targeted muscle. For instance, if you were to perform a half squat instead of a full squat, you will not fully recruit your quads, glutes, and hamstrings. Hence, you're not training at your optimum. Let's look at the mind-body connection. It is important to focus your mind on the targeted muscle when performing an exercise. If you're a beginner, you may struggle with this initially. For instance, when performing a chest press, instead of feeling the chest muscles, you will feel more on your shoulders. This will take time, but you got to keep telling your mind to focus on that particular chest muscle, and eventually, you will start to create the mind-body connection. Second, mechanical tension. Mechanical tension is the primary stimulus for muscle growth. During strength training, muscles experience stretching forces when they try to shorten, but are resisted when they do so. They also experience stretching forces when they lengthen while we are holding a load, but these forces are comparatively smaller. If your focus is to increase strength, then the weights must be heavy enough for you to only perform between 4 to 6 repetitions max, and keep between 2 to 5 minutes rest interval. However, if your focus is muscle hypertrophy or muscle growth, then the weights must be heavy enough for you to perform between 6 to 12 rep max per set and take between 60 to 90 seconds rest interval. If you can lift more, then you aren't lifting heavy enough. You got to add on more weights. Yes, ladies, you got to lift heavy to increase strength and lean up. And no, it will not make you bulky. Third, muscle fatigue. You got to feel like you've pushed yourself hard enough, and in fact, you should train to failure. What does that mean? Muscle failure during strength training is the point at which fatigue is high enough to prevent a muscle from exerting the amount of force needed to complete the current repetition with the given load. If doing another repetition is possible, you haven't reached muscle failure. The objective is to induce the most possible muscle growth by pumping maximum blood to the area. Another way to target muscle fatigue is to increase the volume per muscle group. This is basically calculated based on the number of exercises for one muscle group multiplied by the number of sets for each exercise. For instance, if we were to work on our glutes and perform 3 exercises, hip thrusts, Romanian deadlift and kickbacks, and we were to do 3 sets for each workout, the volume for the workout will be 3 exercises multiplied by 3 sets, which means 9. A good volume to increase muscle growth is between 6 to 10. The volume of exercise per muscle group is to be gradually progressed according to your training capability. Fourth principle, eccentric training. An eccentric movement is the lowering part of a move. It's when your muscle works as it's lengthened. For example, when you're lowering into a squat, or as you're lowering your arms in a bicep curl. The lifting or pushing of the weight would be concentric. Eccentric training is much more demanding on the muscles, and therefore it fatigues them far more than you could concentrically. This promotes greater muscle damage, greater stimulation, and muscle growth. As a general rule of thumb for eccentric training, take 4 to 5 seconds to lower the weight. For instance, take 4 seconds to lower into a squat, to lower the bar to your chest, or to lower the dumbbells during a shoulder press. This then leads on to my next point, repetition tempo. I'm sure you must have come across some workout programs with 4 digits written on them. Some of you might be wondering, what does each number represent? The first number represents eccentric phase, followed by transition, concentric phase, and followed by isometric. Why is this important? Let's first understand time under tension, or more commonly referred to as TUT. Time under tension is the time your muscle spends under load during a set. This includes the time spent in the concentric, isometric, and eccentric phase. For example, if you perform a 10-rep set and each rep only takes 3 seconds to complete, your muscle experiences 30 seconds of time under tension. Now, if you were to perform the same set but spend 2 seconds lifting the weight, 1 second isometric, and 3 seconds lowering the weight, then those same 10 reps would give you approximately 60 seconds of time under tension. Even though the rep count stayed the same, the muscle spent significantly more time under tension. And that extra time actually translates to a lot more work. Remember, your muscle can't count. They simply feel the load created by the weight and the mechanical tension that comes from contracting the muscle under the load. Therefore, to increase the work done by your muscles, you can either increase the load or increase the time the muscle is placed under this load. Here are some of the common tempos used in a workout program. And the final principle is recovery. I'm sure you might have come across some people who would spend many hours in the gym every single day. However, spending more hours in the gym does not equal to faster results because your muscles need to recover in order to grow and for you to train at your optimum level. Recovery can include stretching right after a strength training session. During a lifting session, the muscles you use contract, making them tighter. Not stretching your muscles may lead to decrease in range of motion and flexibility, which may also lead to long-term injuries. Regular stretching helps to increase circulation and maintain flexibility so that you can continue to train at your best. Recovery also includes fueling your body with enough high-quality food. No matter how hard you train or how heavy you lift, if your diet is crap, you're pretty much wasting your efforts in the gym. So make sure you feed your muscles with enough lean proteins, carbs, vegetables, and healthy fats. You will also need to schedule in your rest days to avoid overtraining. So check in with yourself consistently and ask yourself, how's your energy level? How's your stress level? And how's your sleep quality? All these would have a direct effect to your recovery. Another important point is to avoid undereating or consuming too little carbs. Yes, you may want to reduce on your carbs, but your body still needs carbs for energy. If you're on an extremely low-carb diet, that's when your energy level dips, your stress level increases, and this will also affect your sleep and training. If you have been doing regular strength training and you would like to improve, or if you have hit a plateau and struggle to progress, then incorporate these tips. If you find that you are learning from my videos, then be sure to hit the subscribe button, okay? Share this video on, give me a thumbs up, and be sure to check out other videos on my channel, from workout videos, nutritional tips, fitness tips, as well as healthy recipes. All the best!